If you're thinking about moving to Charlotte, a lot of people talk about, how beautiful it is and how amazing it is. And yes, that is true. But here's the thing. There are also a couple of things a lot of people don't tell you about living here. Traffic, allergies, and even bugs. So if you want an unfiltered breakdown of the real pros and cons of what it's like to actually live here, then this video is for you. I'm Mark Weinberg, your favorite local realtor, and today I am going to show you what life is really like in Charlotte here in 2026. Come with me. Before we get into the pros and the cons, you need to understand exactly what's going on here right now. Basically, Charlotte is exploding. According to the Charlotte Regional Business Alliance, we're getting 157 new residents every single day. That's up from 117 daily arrived back in 2023. Keep this number in mind because I'll be coming back to it later. Between July of 23 and July of 24, the Charlotte region gained 57,300 new residents through migration alone. The metro area now sits at around 2.9 million people across 14 counties in 2 different states. Now this matters because this growth is reshaping everything from traffic patterns to the neighborhood character to how the housing market truly works. You need to know what you're getting yourself into. So I'll share the big pros that make Charlotte incredible and the cons that you'd probably be better ready to handle. Pro number 1, safety. Charlotte crime numbers show big improvements in 2025 according to the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department's third quarter report that came out in October 2025. Overall crime has dropped 8% through the first 9 months of the year compared to last year, 2024. Violent crime fell 20%. Property crime went down 5% during the same time. Charlotte's violent crime rate is around 733 per 100,000 residents, though so still higher than the national average 370 per 100,000. But neighborhoods show huge differences in the safety. Uptown had violent crime that actually jumped 9% in 2025, but Myers Park has a violent crime rate of 77% below the national average. And Wessex Square is about 81% safer than the Charlotte average. So it's all a matter of understanding the realities and possibilities and different trade-offs that come with it. Now, if you're coming over with family, I'll be sharing some major pros and drawbacks related to that later on. But now, let me tell you one of the city's biggest challenges. Con number 1, traffic and driving. So remember when I said 157 people are moving here every day? Well, most of them are bringing their cars with them. Charlotte now ranks the 20th most congested city in the United States. Drivers lose around 41 to 64 hours per year stuck in traffic. That costs about $734 per driver each year. That's not a typo, guys. The busiest stretch of I-77 between exit 1 at West Arrowwood Road to exit 9B through 9C headed to Uptown. It backs up around Lake Norman, Huntersville, Cornelius, Fort Mill, Rock Hill, and TKK part of South Carolina, though these express toll lanes can help. So I-85 gets congested near the University City, Gastonia, Belmont, and Mount Holly with lane drops and bottlenecks. And of course, 485 gets backed up through Ballantyne, Weddington, Waxhaw, and Matthews, especially at the exit ramps. Now, here's the thing. A lot of Northerners have made the move down here. And I like the Northerners, the good old Yankees. They brought great bagels, great pizza, and they also have brought more cars and different driving styles. In 2025 survey, Charlotte residents said they're eager for fewer traffic jams and construction projects. Clean them up, do it faster, yes. Charlotte City Council member Tijuana Brown even said she'd rather take a helicopter than sit on I-77 traffic. Honestly, the same here. But there's a positive spin here. Charlotte's traffic is still way more manageable than many other major metros like New York, LA, San Francisco, Atlanta. The city keeps putting money into infrastructure culture though. NCDOT approved the I-77 toll lane expansion, and it just approved $3 million campaign to support a 1-cent sales tax referendum for transit and roads. There's also a mitigation congestion program that's working on small infrastructure projects like turn lanes and road improvements. Now, let me touch on something really cool about people here. Pro number 2, Southern hospitality is real. If you're moving from the north, you're going to notice a difference right away. People here actually wave to you. They say hi. They stop and chat. It's a real thing, and it's not fake. There's the whole culture of community and neighborly support. People joke about the cup of flour from a neighbor's, the culture, and it's true. You'll see car shows, outdoor evening concerts, and even weekend community gatherings, outdoor movies, amphitheaters. The neighborhood events here are super active. And usually newcomers from the north often notice the difference right away. The city really does welcome people and creates a real sense of belonging. I'll be circling back to this in just a second, but the city blends southern charm with the urban sophistication, so you've got this unique environment with, tradition and innovation. You get the friendliness of the South without giving up the amenities and opportunities of major metro areas. Now, I'll be honest, I love Charlotte, but with every pro comes a con. And honestly, Charlotte has some really challenges you need to know about. So con number 2, the pollen and air quality. So the weather is beautiful. 3/4 of the year, well, that's right, but the other quarter can be rough, especially if you have allergies. Truth is, Charlotte faces big pollen and allergy challenges, especially during spring and fall. In March of 2025, the North Carolina Division of Air Quality measured record high grass pollen, the highest for the March since they've been started tracking in 1999. The Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America says allergies are worse in 2025 and may keep getting worse. A warmer climate is making allergy season start sooner and later with more intense pollen releases. Tree pollen runs from February to May, most intense around April. The main culprit are oak, pine, hickory, maple, birch, and cedar trees. Oak and pine pollen actually coat cars and outdoor surfaces with its visible yellow, green dust. Ragweed is the most common allergen and can travel for miles. Mold can be an issue from July to August and even year-round if you're exposed indoors. But wait, there's more. According to the American Lung Association State of the Air report from April 2025, Charlotte's air quality has gotten worse. Ground level ozone pollution now gets a grade D, which is down from the C, with 2.7 unhealthy days a year in one day in 2024 report. And Charlotte ranked 79th worst out of 228 cities with ozone pollution. Pollution levels are also above the federal standards. While Charlotte had a passing grade in 2024, the city now ranks 59th worst out of 204. The health impact of all this is grim. Ozone and particle pollution can cause asthma attacks, heart attacks, strokes, premature births, impaired thinking, and so much more. You'll be surprised when we get the last con, because it also has to do with the climate around here in Charlotte. You don't need to love the pollen to love Charlotte. Nobody does. But we have some good news. The pollen season isn't year-round. It's actually seasonal. Some residents find relief by trying local honey, which may help with the allergies and adaptation. And Charlotte's air quality issues may not be as bad as some other major metros. You can, manage it with some medication, air purifiers, and staying indoors during, peak pollen days. But now, let me tell you some good news about our job market. Pro number 3, the job market is thriving. Charlotte's economy is on fire right now, and I'm not just saying that as a realtor. The numbers back it up. According to the 2025 Charlotte Region Labor Market Analysis Report, the region is adding 153,000 jobs between 2022 and 2032. So where are all these jobs coming from? Banking and financial services are huge. Charlotte trails only to New York in U.S. banking assets. Bank of America employs close to 15,000 workers locally. Wells Fargo has over 15,000 people working in Charlotte region. You've also got Ally Financial and Truist Financial, which are both based here. But here's what most people miss. Healthcare is going to be the biggest growth area, adding 26,000 jobs by 2032. Novant Health employs more than 41,000 team members so far, with a big presence here in the Charlotte region. They put over $300 million into the team member pay increase in 2025 and gave more than $1.6 billion in community benefits back in 2024. Atrium Health is another major healthcare provider in the region. Technology and professional services are booming also. The professional, scientific, and technological service sector is adding close to 17,400 jobs by 2032, which is a 21.5% growth. Data analysts are starting in the mid $60,000 range. Relationship managers start around $70,000 range for performance and bonuses. Compliance officers are around $80,000 and more. So all this means that if you're moving for work, you're making a smart move. The job market has depth across multiple industries, so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. But while the job thrives, I got to give you the real tea about the housing market right now. But before I do that, though, if we haven't met yet, I'm Mark Weinberg, your favorite local realtor. I've been selling homes in Charlotte for 11 years now. So I've got to ask you to click the subscribe button right now and like this video if you're enjoying it. I love what I do, and I'm really honest when it comes to relocating to Charlotte. So con number 3, the real estate market. So Charlotte's real estate market has cooled from 2021, 2022 with all the craziness, but it's still competitive. The median home price is close to $423,000, which is up 1.6% year over year. Homes are spending a little bit longer on the market compared to the competitiveness of 21 or 23 in that period time frame. The median days on market has jumped from 14 days of October 24 to 23 days of October 25. But we're seeing homes reach 60 days on market also. So we can say it's somewhat competitive rather than intense seller's market we saw in recent years. Still, a neutralized market is not yet. Many sellers are now accepting contingencies, helping with closing costs, credits, and buy down mortgage rates. Around 33.4% of the homes had price cuts as of September of 2025, which shows sellers are adjusting to the new reality, understanding where we're going to. So yeah, prices are still going up, just at more manageable pace. The market is finding balance. As more people move to Charlotte, more housing demand stays strong, keeping upward pressure on the prices. The current market is a pause rather than a collapse. And compared to other major metros like New York or San Francisco or Boston, Charlotte stays way more affordable, even compared to like Dallas and Austin. You're getting way more house for your money. Now let's shift to the focus of lifestyle and how your day-to-day might look around here. Pro number 4, the weather. So something you'll love about Charlotte, the weather is fantastic 3/4 of the year. We're talking a humid subtropical climate with 4 distinct seasons. The average, is around 72 degrees and the annual low sits around 51. You can go golfing, fishing, hiking for most of the year. Winter is mild with occasional cold snaps. The lowest temperature in 2025 was 18 degrees Fahrenheit back in January. and we get minimal snowfall, again, just 3 inches per year. Charlotte gets an average of 43.6 inches of rain each year across about 108 days for that year. For now, just know that the climate here lets you enjoy outdoor activities year round without dealing with brutal winters or constant extreme heat. So if you have pets that love to go walk around, there's a pro coming up specifically for them also. And if you're moving here with family, let me tell you about something very important: schools. Con number 4, inner city schools. Now this is where things get kind of tricky for people with the kids. The Charlotte-Mecklenburg School District, which serves the inner city and surrounding county, has shown historical improvements from 2024 to 2025. CMS actually celebrated unprecedented academic gains. They ranked 10 out of 115 public school districts in North Carolina for the percent of school meetings or exceeding the growth. That's the highest rank in CMS history. 89.1% of schools, so that's 150 of these schools met or exceeded the growth. 123 schools, which is about 70%, earned A, B, or C grades, and 31 of the schools were removed from the state low-level performing designations. That's the largest single-year drop in CMS history. So that's all great news, right? The district is improving, but here's what else you need to know. While CMS has made historic gains, inner city Charlotte schools still tend to have lower ratings compared to the suburban schools. The district serves 184 schools across the Charlotte-Mecklenburg region with over 144,000 students. The district gets a B+ grade on NIST. Many families who can afford it choose private schools or move to the suburbs with better performing public schools. And some of the private schools in Charlotte areas will average around $18,000 to tuition. That's higher than the North Carolina private schools average of about $13,400. Top rated private schools include Providence Day School, which was ranked #1 best private school, high school in the Charlotte area. You got Charlotte Latin, which comes in at #2 with 22 AP courses, and Charlotte Country Day, that ranks #1 on many other lists with 2 separate campuses. So what happens is families looking for the top tier public schools often look to surrounding districts. You can look into Fort Mill Schools, which is down in South Carolina, the #1 best school district in the Charlotte area with a grade A+. 20 schools and over 18,000 students. Union County Public Schools in North Carolina is the 3rd best school district with a grade A. But let me tell you about that super cool pro about the pets. Pro number 5. It's super dog friendly. If you have a dog, you're going to love Charlotte. This place has become incredibly dog friendly over the past few years. There are tons of dog parks throughout the city, but here's the crown jewel. The U.S. National Whitewater Center opened an off-leash dog park back in 2024, and it is unreal. We're talking about 70 acres of fenced off-leash area for your dogs. It has 3 ponds with lake and beach access, including a dock, a 2.5 miles of trails within the dog park. There's also a huge main building called the Barley House with food, beer, and, you guessed it, dog treats. They've got 1,100 square foot covered pavilion with picnic tables and bathrooms, a dog wash station, a water trough, and even private rental areas for doggy parties. The pricing is reasonable also. A day pass is around $10 per dog, a monthly unlimited pass is about $20, and an annual Whitewater Center pass is $149, which includes the dog access for you and your pet. You can add more dogs for $50 per dog on the annual pass, up to 3 dogs total. But here's what's really cool. When you're walking your dog in Charlotte, you're also getting involved in more socializations. People are going to come up to you, stop you, and ask you about your dog. So it's a great way to meet neighbors. and also to build a community. Okay, so you've heard the good, the not so good, and now let me hit you with the annoying. Number 5, bugs. Ugh, this is the con. You heard it. Charlotte's warm, humid climate creates perfect conditions for all kinds of insects. If you have a weak stomach, be aware. Now, the bug situation is normally manageable, and it's not as extreme as some coastal or tropical regions that deal with, iguanas and other invasive species. But you still need to know what you're dealing with. We do have mosquitoes. They thrive in the warm, humid climate and can spread the disease like West Nile virus and, sometimes the Zika. They're especially active at dawn and dusk. We also have ants, common household pests looking for, food. We also have cockroaches, both German cockroaches and the American cockroach, also called the palmetto bug or water bugs, which are the most common. They love the damp, dark spots. We have spiders. Spiders are everywhere. Most are harmless and helpful because they control, other insects around the area. The Carolina wolf spider is most notable. It is the largest wolf spider in the U.S. and South Carolina's official state spider. And orange-striped oak worms are about 2 inches long, black caterpillars with orange stripes. They live in the oak trees, but you'll also find them on hickory, birch, and maple. By fall, they have crawled down the trees to pupate and in on the ground. The Asian tiger mosquitoes are common also in the Carolinas and can transmit the locros and chikungunya virus, which are pretty serious though. We have termites, specifically subterranean termites, which live in large underground colonies and are serious threats to the homes across the Carolinas, especially you have a crawl space. They're a concern in all warmer months. Ticks are common outside to doors with your pets. Houseflies, fruit flies, and stable flies are especially common in September. Stable flies can bite and also make outdoor activities unpleasant. The good news is that most bug issues can be managed with regular pest control services. It also helps to get rid of standing water for the mosquitoes, keeping homes clean and sealed for the ants and cockroaches, and using insect repellent outdoors. Insect activity is highest during warmer months, late spring through early fall, and drops off during the cooler winter months. Now, this is Next Pro is a major draw, and it is just getting better and better. Number 6, the food scene has exploded in Charlotte. Charlotte's food scene has completely changed in 2025. We've got plenty of new openings and establishments, favorites that show the city's cultural side. In January 2025 alone, we saw some incredible openings. You had Dogwood Southern Table and Bar reopened at the Westin after closing its South Park location in 23, featured locally sourced Southern food with a modern twist. Bobola Coffee Club opened in South End with its global-inspired cafes, items of flavored matcha, Freddo Caps and panadas, sandwiches, and pastries. El Veno Taqueria, a popular food truck, opened a stall at Monarch Market serving authentic tacos. We also got Albertine, which does Mediterranean and Southern-style fine dining in Uptown with seafood, pastas, and mezz. Blinders opened as a South End sports lounge with a 60-foot wide, 15-foot tall screen. For more international options, you got Cafetillo becoming Noda's permanent Colombian coffee spot, serving beans from a family farm in Manizales, Colombia. ESO Artisanal Pasta joined Optimus Hall in 2025 with the authentic Italian food. Charlotte is home to a diverse dining, including the Batch Maker for batch goods, Cabo Fish Taco for Mexican, Haberdash for elevated North Carolina food. You'll also see Yafo Kitchen for the Mediterranean, or Ace Number 3 for those smash burgers. Charlotte Magazine, published an annual 50 best restaurant lists also. The bottom line is the food scene here rivals much larger cities. You're getting incredible diversity and quality. Pro number 7, lots of things to do around here. This is the bonus. Charlotte, absolutely packed with activities year round. Think everything from world-class outdoor recreational to cultural festivals. If you're an outdoor person, the U.S. National Whitewater Center just sits about 15 to 20 minutes from downtown, with rafting on the world's largest man-made whitewater river, over 40 land and water activities, rock climbing, mountain biking trails, and so much more. It even hosts Olympic training events. But within 2 hours, you can also reach the Blue Ridge Mountains and Asheville for hiking, waterfalls, mountain summits, and scenic Blue Ridge Parkway views. For parks inside the city, you got Freedom Park, which covers about 98 acres in Dilworth, with a great lake for fishing, access and sports and fields and tennis courts and playgrounds, and even a Ninja Warrior obstacle course for the kids. The Mecklenburg County Greenway Network includes over 60 miles of paved trails connecting neighborhoods with public art and restored urban streams. The cultural calendar is packed. We have the Charlotte Shout with 200 plus events over 17 days built on pillars of art, music, food, and ideas. Tuck Fest in April at the Whitewater Center, I mentioned, is pulling in around 40,000 people with races, competition, and concerts. You also get stuff like Loving Life Music Fest with 50 artists, and this summer event, Taste of Charlotte. This festival is incredible. That's where you'll find the restaurant samples and performances on Uptown's Tryon Streets. We have fall events like the Charlotte International Arts Festival, the East Show Greek Festival with the cultural exhibits, folk dancing, and authentic Greek food. Delicious and fun as always. You'll never get bored around here. These are the real pros and cons of living here in Charlotte and the surrounding areas. Coming from a realtor and a resident for close to 30 years, I choose to be completely honest and realistic so you can picture what life here could look like for you and your family. If you're thinking about making a move to Charlotte and you're doing your research, I'd love to help you. I work with people who are making a move to Charlotte or who already live here and are wanting to find the perfect place. If that's you and you have questions, send me an email at mark@carolinaskyre.com. My information is down here below, linked in the description. Don't hesitate to reach out, text, call, email, and please don't forget to check everything out of the videos that we have down below, because I like to talk about the pros and cons of other areas also. Let's say like Belmont, I share insights and realities just like these, so you can go check them out. Thank you so much for watching, and look forward to seeing you next time on the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.